So after your mom passed, that must have been extremely difficult to try to get over that, figure out what was next. Where did you go from there?
That was actually the hardest part of my life.
Yeah.
I not only lost my mom, I was outed in high school like a week later.
Wow.
And then I became homeless 2 weeks after that.
Oh my gosh.
And I literally bounced around from house to house from the age of 17 to probably about 22, just sleeping on couches before like it just like completely hit rock bottom. And I'm sleeping in abandoned buildings downtown in Kansas City.
Oh my goodness.
And
how does one get through that? How does one, like that age is so tender, that's where you're really, like you're still developing, you don't have any parents to really look out for you, you're moving around. Where do you find the strength to get through that?
Well, it took a long time to pull myself out of it because one thing I was told that when you tired, you'll bring your ass inside. And I just got tired of, you know, sleeping outside, doing this. And so I found someone that I knew that lived in Tulsa, and I was like, hey, I need somewhere to live. And I will not work doing drag. I'll actually get like an actual job and this and that. And I moved to Tulsa. I packed up all the little stuff I had. I moved to Tulsa and got my shit together for 2 years, and then I came back to Kansas City, and I wrecked shop when I came back.
Now, before that, when you moved to Tulsa, were you doing drag and being homeless at the same time?
I literally was doing drag and being homeless. I left all my stuff at the bar, and I would show up at the bar early in the day when nobody was there, take me a nice little hoe bath, and I would change clothes, and then I literally would sit there at the bar and wait until the show starts later on that night and do the show and scrub it all off and probably like nothing was going on. And
oh, girl, that is rough. You know, our very own Lady Red struggled with bouts of homelessness where she was doing the same thing, where you'd work to try to make the money so you could find a place to stay that night.
Yeah, I literally would work my ass off all night long and then try to get like a little hotel room so I didn't have to sleep on the street that night.
That takes a lot of strength. And when you did come back strong, that must have been really your moment. You're like, I finally got my personal life. I got a bed to rest in. I have my own strength, and you were ready to take on Kansas City drag.
When I signed my lease for my apartment and I signed my lease for my car, I was like, you did it. You got out of it. That's why I wrote in the song. I was like, you know what? At least I could say I own my fucking car.
Yeah. So what were those early drag days like once you came back to Kansas City? Like, how did it all begin? Because, Queen, you were the queen of Kansas City for many years, sweetie.
Well, it's just the fact that, like, when I left, I started, like, to come back every so often just so I can keep, you know, my name fresh in their mouth so they wouldn't forget about me. And also as family. So, like, most of these people I knew for years and years and years. So they was like, when you come back, we got you. We put you back in, everything. Dirty Dorothy of Kansas City, also known as Jessica Dressler. She's the one who gave me my first job at Missy B's. And literally, she was like, wherever you go, as long as I'm working here, you will always have a job. And she's taking me to, like, doctor's appointments. She was one of the first people that knew that I got on Drag Race and this and that. Like, she is literally like a mother. And so no matter what happens to me, she is always there for me.
That's beautiful. I mean, as queer people, our chosen family are sometimes the most important family we have.
Exactly.
So your drag name, Widow Vanjie, because you're black and dangerous. Tell me about the origin of the name.
Now, this is one of my favorite stories. So when I was younger and I was like bouncing around from house to house and house, I used to date a whole bunch of real trash dudes. And one had this TV that never changed channels. And it was stuck on Animal Planet. And my friend was just bothering me. He's like, hey, I need a drag queen for this little show I'm trying to do. Could you help me out? And I was like, no. I don't understand why anybody wants to dress up like a woman, do all this. No, I don't know. I don't get it. And, yeah, I know, right? I mean, I still don't get it, but no, I'm just playing. But no, and then he just bugged me forever. And so me and my boyfriend at the time, we got, like, really stoned. And we were stuck watching this documentary about Black Widow spiders. And I was like, fine, bitch, you want me to do your show? There's my name, right on the list, Black Widow. He's like, why? I was like, because they're black and they're dangerous, i.e. me. And literally one show turned into 2, turned into 14 years, Drag Race, and being on this very lovely couch with my titties out.
You remember the first number you ever performed?
I actually remember the first, 4.
Okay, what were they?
It was Erykah Badu's On and On.
Oh, yeah.
How Many Licks by Little Kim.
Okay.
Nagging Part 2, the girl remix version.
Okay.
And the last one was Call Tyrone.
Oh, well, I mean, classics all the way around. What is your favorite drag number to do now? Is it any of those?
My favorite drag number to do now? Well, I just kind of anything that's gonna make me want to sit on your face.
Yeah.
That's right now, WAP is my favorite thing to perform because you got a beard and I'm trying to wet it.
Honey, I have seen your performance of WAP on video and you tear it down to the ground. Now, you're a mother. You've got many children. Can you name them all? I have them on the list.
Oh, do you? Mm-hmm. Let's see if you have all of them, because there's one of them that doesn't perform because he's in the military.
All right.
All right, so there's Cody.
Got it.
Jaharia.
Got it.
Raven.
Got it.
Lana.
Got it.
There's Misty.
Oh, didn't have that.
Oh, there's Erica. Mm-hmm. There is Major.
Yes.
Oh, you have Major, but
yes.
you have Misty.
Oh, I think we have a picture of you and your children.
Where they at? Where my babies?
There.
Yes. That's Lana, Erica, and Jaharia.
Lovely.
Oh, look at my babies.
What's the most important thing about being a drag mother?
It's listening and helping your children find their own path. I don't want none of my kids to be exactly like me. I want them to forge their own. And I want them to understand that you may start off here, but you bring it, bitch, and you could be way the hell up there. Mm-hmm. I remember, because I was a queen that nobody wanted to book in the city. And then I said, watch this. And I was seen, and then I was asked, and I never let it go. And I was like, the moment you get your chance, never let it go. Mm-hmm. Just keep going. It's going to get hard, but keep going.
Yes. Now, do your children sometimes misbehave and have to have mother tell them what to do?
All the time. It's like being an actual mother. I'm like,
right.
Look, I would call them I saw you on that Instagram fucking up.
Make sure you're following Widow Von Du on all social media, and also make sure you're following us at Hey Qween TV on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Black People Meet, Christian Mingle, J-Date. Erica, come up with a weird website now.
Pantsuitchurchhat.com.
We know where she got the inspiration from. If you're getting tired of this bit, I don't care. All right, Widow, honey, it's now time to get into it.
Get into it. Get into it.
Honey, we got to talk all about your time on the race. So, you auditioned for a long time. Tell me, from season 1?
No, I auditioned season 3.
Okay.
And thank Lord I wasn't picked because I was not ready.
Uh-huh.
I auditioned for season 11. And I was going to audition for season 10, but I was like, you know what, I don't think I'm ready yet. Because I kept building it, but I never put it in. Mm-hmm. And then I put it in season 11. It didn't get a call.
Right.
And then I put it in for 12. And here we are now.
What do you think was it about that audition in particular that was different than the others?
I kept showing them what I thought they wanted to see versus showing them what I would want to see on TV.
Right.
And what I wanted to see was me.
Well, it's a 13 queen season with only 12 queens. So Dahlia, Rock, Nikki Doll, Aiden Zane, Britta, Jan, she will not be named, Heidi, Jackie, Gigi, Crystal, and Jada. It was a true RuPaul's best friend race, really.
I know, and everybody thinks that it's all bullshit. I was like, no, surprisingly, there was not really any drama in our season that not 11.
Certainly not. You guys all seem to get along pretty good. Did that vibe come up from the very beginning?
It kind of did, when we first walked in. I think it was kind of because we all literally had to work with each other day one on this routine, and they threw me in as leader. And I was like, you know what? I just want to get through this. This is day one, bitch. I'm already nervous, and I've seen how this goes.
Yeah.
One of us may not meet the other bitches later.
Exactly.
Can we just get through this routine?
Now, you had seen your Kansas City sister, Monique, get on season 10. Was that a big inspiration? Like, okay, Monique's on. I got to do it too.
You know, I wanted to keep the train going, the good times going of Kansas City talent being put on that show. And Monique opened the door. I hope I kicked in a couple windows, and the next bitch can blow the roof off.
Yeah. Now, when you got on the show and you found out you were on, what was that reaction?
So I thought that I was being punked. I thought somebody was fucking with me. Because they kept calling my phone and they wouldn't leave a message. And I was like, look here, bill collectors, I don't accept no soliciting at this phone number. And they were like, is this the Widow Von'Du? And I just started screaming. And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And then they got official, and it was made official almost when they called me again on my birthday. And I was like, you gonna call me on my birthday? And I gotta go to a show and host. And pretend like I don't know what's happening.
Right.
And I couldn't get drunk because she's a loudmouth. So I was like, this is even worse, bitch. You gonna fuck me up on my 30th birthday and I can't get drunk?
Right. You gotta keep it quiet. Oh my goodness. You cannot get drunk and spill all the tea when you finally just got the news. You gotta keep it quiet.
So it was real hard because also my bestie was sitting in my house with me when it happened, and I was like, "Look, bitch, we have worked hard. You made this video for them to see. We are on. We cannot get drunk tonight." And as soon as that show was over, we got plastered and left. And I was like, "Happy birthday to me, bitch! I gotta go home.
Right.
I have to leave." And yes, we were talking about if I was working,
Right.
and I worked every day up until I had to leave for the show.
Yeah.
And I had hurt my knee right before I went onto the show. And the person that's making my costumes, he's also a drag queen, and he had to like stop doing shows to make stuff for me. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna keep up appearances, nobody knows. And I just vanished. I just disappeared.
Right.
I was like the last airbender. When Kansas City needed me the most, I
She was
vanished.
gone. So you get there, you get in the workroom, it's all feeling good. Then you realize on the very first day that you're not just doing any old runway presentation. You're doing a rap, and it's for Nicki Minaj. Take me back there to your mindset at that moment.
I felt like I pissed myself when Ru was like, so you're gonna do a rap, and your special guest judge is Young Money herself, Nicki Minaj. I was like, no way, I'm finally gonna meet Nicki Minaj, and I get to show my lyrical skills?
Yeah.
What? Bitch, you are bullshitting me. I was like, there's no way in hell I'm losing this first challenge. I was like, I may lose everything else, bitch, but this is the one that y'all gonna remember for the rest of your life.
Yes, and that you did. No, they tried to mess with you, Widow, because when we came down to that final, those elimination sounds were coming around, and everybody else was safe, 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 and then you and Gigi standing up there being like, bitch, I thought we did good.
I quite honestly really was in tears. I was like, there's no way. I wasn't at least safe. And we watched the watching party in Kansas City, and everybody in Kansas City was in tears. They were like, wait, no, you can't be. And I was already in fight mode when they were like, oh no, just kidding, bitch, you won. I was like, sorry, Gigi, I'm about to snatch your scalp.
So how was it performing in front of Nicki Minaj?
Everybody says I didn't have to go that hard for that lip sync, but what y'all don't understand is it's in front of Nicki Minaj to Nicki Minaj's song to $5,000. Now, a lot of other Drag Race girls like, you didn't have to do that for $5,000. I was like, yeah, I'm not being paid this kind of money. I just spent a fortune on these looks, but she needs $5,000.
Yeah.
And also that $5,000 paid my rent through quarantine, so suck it.
Now, the beginning of the competition was great for you. Obviously, you did incredible in that challenge. You placed high in the Gays Anatomy challenge, despite getting a role that wasn't really your first pick in that challenge.
But, you know, I really did want that was my Nina Bonita Brown moment. I wanted to be Black China. I wanted that part. I was like, I don't want to be pregnant. I want to be an old lady.
Mm-hmm.
I would never say that ever again in life. This is the only time. I don't want to be.
So episode 8, this is where it started to get a little shaky, and you placed low with the marketing for Throté, the throat coating spray, which I think is a fantastic product. Now, when RuPaul asked who should go home, the queens were saying you. How did that feel?
It felt like each one of these bitches had stepped on my back with a heel and just kind of like dug it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I also realized, I was like, you know what? Come on, which one of you bitches want to step up and take me out?
Right.
Who wants to go? I was like, this is my night. I was like, which one of y'all want to go up against me? Let's go.
Hello, children. Click